You're probably wondering, what was I doing in Disney World and how did I get there for completely free? Well, I just finished career preview at PwC and had an amazing experience, so let's get into it. So, what is PwC and what is career preview? Basically, PwC, or PricewaterhouseCoopers, is a big four accounting firm who also does consulting and advisory, which is different areas of finance. And career preview is basically them showing you all the different avenues and you get to explore the career and the culture of PwC. They host this every year. They've been doing it for the past, I think, 30 plus years. And every year they bring a select number of students down to Orlando, specifically Disney World. They rent it out. You stay at a resort in Disney World and you get to explore PwC. You're given a mentor and other students within your group who you can network with and kind of understand how PwC flows as a culture. Now, how I specifically found out about it was because of the Howard pipeline, which is really crazy. Like the Howard to PwC pipeline is insane. A lot of people have connections because of Howard at PwC. So I found about it through our campus recruiter and through a couple of my mentors who had attended previously. And I had applied, I had networked first. That's the key thing. Network first and then apply. So I networked, the recruiter knew my name already, and I applied to there and I ended up getting in. So they told us what was gonna go on. I'm actually like in Tampa, so I'm really close to Orlando. So instead of having to fly down like how everyone else did, I was able just to drive up to Orlando and they reimbursed me for the gas mileage. But I was able to drive up and start participating in career preview. This year was actually the biggest year that they had. There's 700 to 800 students from all across the country, from HBCUs, Ivy Leagues, PWIs. People from all over were attended, and PwC, of course, flew everybody out, covered the expenses, and we were able to stay at a Disney resort. So we were actually on the resort with other people who had paid to go there, but we were there for free. We did have a roommate, but it wasn't bad because for the 3 days we were there, we were mostly outside the room. But of course, Howard being the number one HBCU and all, we showed up strong. We had over 30 people who attended from Howard, so it was really cool seeing everybody. Because everyone is off in our own hometowns and everything. So this is like a nice little reunion. So all the Howard people, of course, we met up, had our group chats and everything, and we were able to link up and have fun. But PwC had actually assigned us different teams, and in my team there are 6 of us in total. 3 of us were Howard students. I knew 2 of them before, of course, because everyone knows everyone within the business school, but I knew the other 2 Howard students that were there, and then there was a girl from Spelman there, and the other 2 were from PWIs, and we were also given a mentor who was able to kind of help us out. And since we were finance majors, we were in the advisory field. So basically, the mentor was someone who was within advisory, and we were able to talk with them throughout the program and get to hear about their side of the story and see the culture of PwC live and in person. They had lots of different events planned for us. As soon as we got there, I got there early the first day. They had provided breakfast for us, and we didn't have anything on the schedule except for like a general session overview. But we were able to really explore. Everyone was flying in, so I was able to see everybody. We were able to explore, go to the pool, go to the beach, go to just walk around and see the hotel and see what it all had to offer. So we did that the first day. The next day is when everything actually started. They had us dress up. We had to go on a whole bunch of different panels and everything. We were able to network, hear from the people who were actually working at Career Preview, a couple panels. We were able to talk to the interns there, hear about their experience, and of course, ask questions and everything, and get to know the actual other participants within Career Preview. Now, at the end of the second day is when they actually paid for everybody to go to Magic Kingdom completely for free, transportation, they paid for our tickets, and they also gave us gift cards. So, of course, I linked up with some of the Howard students, and we went to Magic Kingdom. We got to ride the rides and everything, completely free, by the way. And of course, we had the gift card as well. So we spent the money there. We were able to buy food, get souvenirs and everything. And that was definitely the highlight of the trip. Like, yes, it was a business trip, but we're also there to have fun and everything, because most of the time, business is always like, suit on, everything, network, interviews, all that. And that was definitely part of it. But a lot of it was mainly just us having fun and getting to, network, but not in a transactional type way. It was more just like hanging out, to be honest. But we went to Disney World. It was really cool hearing from everybody else, getting to ride the rides and everything, see everyone having fun, and that was definitely the highlight of the trip. The last day closed out with us basically going out together again, talking about what we learned from the different practices, what we learned from our different participants within the group, our teams that we were placed in. We got to basically just share with them and have like a last little get together moment before everyone departed. They had an exercise that we did where we wrote like our biggest barrier on a piece of wood. We broke through it. It was nice. You got to see where you could potentially be, raise your sling to grow and everything. But it was really good. But so previously in the past, what happened at Career Preview, what happened last year and the years before, the last day of Career Preview, they would open up their START internship, which is for sophomores who wanted to go into consulting, advisory, tax, all that. So they'd open it up and you'd get priority because you were there. You'd probably basically secure your interview for the internship in 2026. But we found out that they're no longer hosting this. So this was the last year that they're ever doing Career Preview and the START internship. As of now, things might change, of course. So, but they did tell us that this is the last year that they are hosting Career Preview and the START internship. So when it came time to apply, we weren't able to apply for anything because this was the last year. So that's definitely a bummer because I know a lot of people who previously attended Career Preview were able to actually interview and get the internship position. I know lots of Howard students who've done that. And usually what they do after they get the sophomore year internship, they secure the return offer for junior year and then of course the full-time offer to return. So it's really a pipeline to give you a full-time offer, and it really sucks that they're not doing that anymore because that would have been like great for me on my path because it's not exactly what I want to do, but they have divisions and sectors where I'd be able to kind of pursue what I'm interested in. But unfortunately, they're not doing that. But I wouldn't say the trip was a complete loss because they were able to network and meet lots of people who are still doing the same things I'm doing. And if you don't know, relationships are the currency within the business world. So I was able to expand my network and hear how they like it. And I was able to see PwC, and that's a really good company culture, a place where I can, see myself thriving in. So that internship might not be available for me sophomore year, I can still apply to the normal internships and use my network to help me out junior year if that aligns with my goals. All in all, this was definitely one of my favorite business trips. I've been to University of Florida, I've been to Boston twice actually, been to Virginia. I'm about to go to New York soon, but I've had lots of different business trips. This one was definitely the most enjoyable simply because of the community I held there. And it wasn't even because it was in Florida, but because of all the Howard students that were there. It was a really cool experience getting to see everybody with like-minded goals and people even outside of Howard. There's people that I knew through Alt Finance, the program that I'm in. I was able to connect with them. People who I met through my other programs when I went to New Jersey or Boston, and they were at Career Preview, so I was able to, see them and catch up with them. But it was a really amazing program. Now, even though this one is canceling, if you want to find yourself in situations like this, definitely look for the opportunities. I just finished applying to this Adobe immersion program, and it's something similar, but it's going to be in California. So the programs and the resources are out there. You just have to look and find them. So I definitely recommend taking advantage of that. If you have something specific you're looking for, I can definitely use my network to help you find out a trip or an immersion program that you're interested in. Definitely let me know in the comments. But yeah, take advantage of this in college because this is really rare to have companies do this for you. Find the companies that are willing to spend resources on their employees and their talent and take advantage of it. If you have any questions, make sure you hit me in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe and send this to a friend.